Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Starting with the name of Almighty Allah, who is the most merciful, almighty, paramount, gracious, and Lord of the universe. Praise to be Allah, who alone we pray, and praise to be Allah, who alone can help us. Today is Monday, 20th April 2020, and our topic is synonyms and antonyms. In this lecture, we will try to understand what is a synonym and what is an antonym. So this will be our today's topic, and we will try to understand what is synonym and what is an antonym. Synonyms and antonyms. Before we start to learn what are these two things, what are synonyms and antonyms, first we will begin with the word, okay, and let's try that word evening. So actually I'm trying to create a little bit background for that. So suppose, okay, we have a word evening here. This is a new word came in front of me. I do not know the meaning of this particular word. So what will I do? So the first thing I need to do is find the meaning of this word, and we already know that there is a simple source for that. And what you need to do, look up the word evening in the dictionary. So already all of you know that this is the main source, okay, through which we can find the meaning or meanings of difficult words, or you can say even every word. So for example, you found the meaning, and the meaning is late afternoon or early night. This is the meaning we learned of the word evening. Now that we know what the word evening means, let's find a synonym for that. Like if I know the meaning, then I can find a synonym for that particular word. So let's find a synonym for that. But before finding a synonym for that, we need to understand, we need to know what a synonym is. So very easy, a word which has the same or nearly the same meaning is called a synonym. So two words having the same meaning, the spelling can be different, the pronunciation can be different, but when two words have the same meaning, so we will call that word a synonym. So these are some of the examples which you can see on your screen. So we have an example like large and big, we have tiny and small, we have happy and content, we have sad and miserable, we have funny and humorous, and the last one we have weird and strange. So all these words have same meaning, okay, to each other. Like large and big both have same meaning, tiny and small both have same meaning. And why do we use it? Basically, these are not the only words. We may also have some more synonyms for these words. Like for example, if I take the example of the word large, so these two are not the only examples. So instead of large, either I can use the word big, I can use gigantic, I can use huge. So all these words are synonyms and can be used in the same sentence, and it will give us exactly the same meaning or nearly the same meaning. Now let me test your knowledge. So as a while earlier we learned about a word, and that word was evening. Then we learned the meaning, and the meaning was late afternoon. Now can you think of a word that means the same thing or almost the same thing as evening? Like I'm asking question that is there any other word, okay, which we can use instead of evening? So here I need you to stop the video or pause the video for a while and try to think of a word, that what can be that word or another word which has the same meaning as evening. Okay, if you choose the word night, so you're very close, but that's not quite it. It's not exactly the same meaning to the other word evening. So both, it is close, but it is not the same. So now what you need to do, how will you find out synonym for that, and how will you find out exact synonyms for a word? So the best way or another source for that is thesaurus. thesaurus or thesaurus. So either you can pronounce this S like a kind of Z sound, or either you can pronounce it like a kind of S sound. So either the thesaurus or thesaurus, both can be pronounced and both pronunciations are acceptable. So what is basically a thesaurus? So a thesaurus is a book of synonyms which makes it a perfect resource for finding synonyms. Like it is a perfect resource when you want to find out synonyms for a word. So this is the best option for you. So when you have a thesaurus and you want to find out synonyms for a particular word, so you can find out lots of synonyms for that. Now the word which we learned, evening, and its meaning also. Now look up that word in your thesaurus and what will you find? So you will find meaning like dusk, nightfall, close of day, sundown, sunset, eve, twilight. So you may find all these words, but what do you think? Which word is exactly the same word for evening? Now, before going to learn the exact word or synonym for that, look at the picture. And as you can see here, it is already an evening, which means it is the time of the day around sunset before it gets completely dark outside. Like as you can see here in this picture, the sun is sitting. The sun is sitting, but still some rays of the sun can be seen in the sky. Some lightning can be seen. So basically this time is called evening, which before it completely gets dark outside. So before it gets completely dark, that time is basically called evening. And we also call it dusk time as well. Now let's practice finding synonym. So I'm sure that you may have learned what a synonym is. So this is a kind of exercise for you. You need to find out meanings or synonyms for all these words. Like if you don't know the meaning, so first of all, okay, find meanings for these words and then try to find out synonym for these words and then note it down in your notebooks along with yourselves. Now, as we have learned what a synonym is, we will come toward the second one, which is an antonym. So what are antonyms? So words having the opposite meaning are called antonyms. Now, before that we learned that when a word have same meaning, two words have same meaning, so we will call them synonyms. Now words, okay, having opposite meaning, we will call such words as antonyms. So examples can be seen here. We have cold and hot. So we already know that both words are completely against each other. Like we have smart and stupid, easy and hard, fast and slow, day and night, right and left. So all these are the common examples and all are very clear that they both are pole apart from each other. Both are completely different and against. So words having opposite or against meaning, such words will be called antonyms. So now once again you have another kind of exercise and these are some words, okay, you can see here on the screen. We have almost 8 words here and you need to find out the antonyms for these words. Very easy. Just use your available sources. That can be okay a thesaurus, or that can be okay internet or dictionary. Use any source, but do it by yourselves and note it down in your notebooks. Now, as you have learned what a synonym and antonym is, now let's try some examples. So as you can see here, you are given some examples. So already, as you can see, you have 5 examples here, and in all these examples the word okay written in red color is underlined. Either you will have to use a synonym for that, or you will have to use an antonym for that. Like the second one is the room was very bright. Sentence number 3 is the frog jumped into the pond. Sentence number 4 is the towel was very wet. Sentence number 5 is the blade was very sharp. So all these underlined words, you need to change them with either a synonym or antonyms, which I hope you will find it very easy once you have understood what a synonym and antonym is. Like if you are having any problem, go back to the first page, try to understand what a synonym and antonym is, and then try to find out synonyms and antonyms for the given words which I assigned you. And then the last, try to complete this exercise by yourselves and write down these sentences in your notebooks and change these words, the underlined words, with either a synonym or antonym. So this was the end of our lecture. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.